Hey everybody, it's Dave, gastric bypass patient. This is my second video. It is Thursday, December 6th. I had gastric bypass surgery on December 3rd at St. Luke's Hospital in Manhattan. Today is my third full day post-op. I came home on Tuesday, December 4th. And like I said, it's Thursday today. So I posted my first video yesterday and talked about the process of the surgery and how I was feeling. Just as a quick update, things continue to gradually, incrementally get better. My ability to consume food, mostly protein shakes so far, it has increased, like the amount I can sip at a time, the number of sips I can take. I'm a little less scared of taking too much and upsetting my stomach. Mind you, I'm being very careful, and I am using a 1 ounce measuring cup. I'm not trying to imply otherwise. Just the sort of trepidation I had has sort of faded away a bit. So overall, I feel like those things are getting incrementally better. Case in point, and this is a little, not something I talk about in normal course, but I had a bowel movement today, which hasn't happened in about 5 days, and just sort of reassures you that your system is functioning properly. And it's little things, right? You just want to make sure that things are getting better. I took off this week from work, and I'm really hoping that by Monday, a lot of the things that are unknowns have sort of cleared up, so I can go to work and feel a little more confident that I'll be okay during the day. To that end, I've been off this week and I've been taking it super easy. My wife and kids are out of the house, at work and at school. I've been resting, binge watching TV. It's cool. I'm not completely bored yet. I probably couldn't keep this up for more than a couple more days, believe it or not, but I'm grateful that I have the time and that I have people kind of insisting that I do it, because my instinct was probably, I feel fine, let's go back to work. The biggest area where I think I still have a ways to go is on the fatigue side of things. I know that my stamina is not really 100% yet. It's odd to me. I did have surgery and was under anesthesia, but I definitely feel like I don't have the stamina. So, and obviously I'm taking in very little amount of food, and that obviously plays a role. But it's good. So in my first video, I mentioned that I hadn't weighed myself yesterday. And so today I did. And just as a recap, my highest weight pre-surgery was 293. Day of surgery, after following the 5-day liquid diet, I was 279. So I had lost about 12, 13 pounds there. When I came home on Tuesday, I was about a pound down from that, about 278. I didn't weigh myself Wednesday, but today I weighed myself, and I was pretty shocked that I was down to 269, a drop of about 8 or 9 pounds in the last couple days since Tuesday. I think the fluids that they had pumped into me, while I was in the hospital, have all kind of been peed out, and so, and I'm also, just having barely 500 calories a day for several days now. For somebody like me, 5'9.5", a big guy, I'm someone who is not fit or athletic per se, but I'm active. I live in New York. I commute to work, on a daily basis. If I commute by subway, I get 10,000 steps just going to and from work, taking my kids to school. And it's not like I had to go out of my way to get it. So, I'm an active guy, and that probably caused me to eat a lot of calories, even above the calories it would take otherwise, for the weight I was at. And so to drop that to 500 calories, 600 calories, whatever I'm getting, it's extreme, obviously. And to be honest, I'm looking forward to my appointment with my surgeon next week, where they've pretty much promised me, as long as all my vitals and everything are good, they're going to move me to stage 2, sort of the thicker liquids, the purees, the mushy things, because I'm not suffering. I'm pretty focused on this liquid diet that I'm on, but I'm sort of excited about taking the next step forward. Sometimes my wife, I think she misconstrues when I say things like, "Oh, I'm looking forward to mashed avocado," and I talk about, "Oh, I'll put a little salt and pepper and season it up," and I think she's concerned that I'm losing focus, and that's not it. It's just when I get to that stage, I want the food I'm eating to taste good, but I'll eat the food I'm allowed and nothing else. You know, having gone from 293 to 268 in about 9 days, which is pretty shocking. Um, it's not something I anticipated, and it's not something that I personally see in myself. My wife says my face is thinner, and like this black sort of weather tech shirt is fitting me looser, and so it makes sense. But you know, it's almost like I feel pretty comfortable and confident that over the next 6 months, while I'm sort of getting my digestive system back to where it's supposed to be, that the weight is going to come off. For me, the bigger challenge is when I'm off all these extreme restrictions and, staying focused on doing what's right. Um, the only other thing I thought about mentioning today, a friend of mine who's had a gastric bypass, he once told me, and he lost a ton of weight. He went down from like 330 to 150. He told me one of the biggest things he experienced that he didn't realize would happen is that he was always cold. I'm only 3.5 days out from surgery, so I don't know if this is happening to me or not, but I do feel cold. If you have a house and you're in a cold climate, you know that while people aren't home, the heat goes down. So it gets cold in the house, and I definitely have been feeling it, and trust me, I've been manually raising the heat while I'm here. But it's interesting. I tend to be a hot person, and right now I don't feel that, although I'm 3.5 days out from surgery, so I'll cut myself some slack and we'll see what happens. Today was the first day since my release that I've had the jello. And they basically at the hospital post-op gave me jello to eat. I didn't have a taste for it. Today, I, nursed a small jello cup for a good half hour, which I think was a good pacing. And, that was also sort of a milestone for me, just like, okay, putting something semi-solid down as opposed to just liquids. An interesting twist for me is that when it comes to food, I'm more of a salty, savory person than a sweet person. But in this few days since I've been home, the broths have not been calling to me whatsoever. So I've been having my protein shakes, and pre-surgery they were a little sweet for me, and now they're sort of just right. I've heard from many people, both on YouTube and in real life, that your tastes kind of change and adjust. So that's been pretty interesting. So anyway, just wanted to make a second posting here. The weight loss since surgery now has really picked up, and we'll see how it goes. I'm a little leery of dropping weight at this pace without being able to sort of do anything physical to sort of balance it. Like I said, I'm not fit and I'm not an athlete, but do a few sets of push-ups or something, take a long walk would make me feel like, okay, I'm kind of balancing this rapid weight loss with a little bit of physical activity, some muscle, building work, and right now I'm not. So we'll see when the doctor says that physical activity can begin. I suspect it's not for several weeks. I still have stitches in my stomach, and like I mentioned yesterday, they still don't hurt. If anything, You know, if my little daughter jumps, on me and she presses her arm in my belly, it's uncomfortable, but it's not like excruciating pain. So, anyhow, that's where I'm at. Technically, if you count the day of surgery, this is day 4. And so things are going well, and I feel pretty lucky and grateful that I'm not having complications right now, and that I'm just sort of like day by day following the program that has been prescribed, and it's doable, and looking forward to each progression and each little milestone, like having a bowel movement. So if you come down this path, maybe those things won't matter to you, but for me, it's been reassuring to have normalcy in my system just because of the unknown. Thanks. I will talk to you all again soon.